Welcome to Toffee TV. We're joined by Keith and Dave.
Peace.
To talk about Liverpool versus Everton. 1-1, the final word. Baz, it's all we should have voted for, to be honest. I'm delighted.
I'm very happy. I thought this should be a difficult final word beforehand. So to be sat here, still unbeaten, under Big Sam.
No, it's not Big Sam. It's just Sam Allardyce. I don't like the Big Sam type.
He's not that big.
It's just Sam. I'm looking for the more professional. You know, that's a character.
Mr. Allardyce.
Just Mr. Allardyce. Yeah,
it's just big boned, isn't he?
He's
not even that big, you know.
Like gravy. No, it was good. The result is very good. Performance was iffy. Attacking wise, defensively it was fantastic. But yeah, decent point. Point.
Happy with the point?
I'm very happy with the point. Yeah, I mean, considering me and Dave went, and we, you know, as usual, I thought we were going there for the hiding, as probably most Evertonians did, and I think if we come away with a 2-0 defeat, it's not that bad. But to actually get the point was I sort of explained it today before. If you know, if there was a comedy version of a Greek tragedy, yesterday was it, like, for me, you know. I thoroughly enjoyed it, like, you know. Yeah.
What? I know. See, this is the brilliant thing. They all think that we're all dead made up because we got a point. We're not. We're all dead made up because it's just so funny.
It's funny, and
we're all dead made up because it's really as well.
Oh yeah, but it's that's part of the play, though. That's the end, and that's like the guest come in at the end.
You ask Keith, so I'll say to you now what I was. We went there. Our primary concern was damage limitation.
Yeah.
Well, we limited the damage. So honestly, in a season what we've had, where we basically achieved nothing, 0 of our goals. When you start before the season and you put a to-do list down, we've got nowhere near any of it. Nothing. We're not even at the fridge door. We're in the other room. It's on the fridge door.
We've gone like that with the list.
So damage limitation as being priority 1 to go there into the lair of Lucifer and then come out with it achieved. Big up Sam. He's not that big, by the way, but big up Sam.
They've been destroying teams on a regular basis, scoring countless amounts of goals. We've been skipping goals all season. We've just got a new manager in, whether we like him or not, irrelevant. And we're going to Grayskull, you know what I mean? And like, you know, with the potential of getting completely destroyed. So
I
don't think there's anyone who's an Evertonian or Liverpool fan. I think you're pretty naive as a Liverpool fan if you didn't think Everton were going to go there or Sam was going to go there with a fleet of buses and put them in the box.
Some didn't though. You know? Some honestly thought we were going to go there on both sides and thought we were going to actually go out there and do something. And I just thought, 2 weeks before we played Southampton, we've been absolutely terrible. People to actually think, or I don't know whether Everton fans have got this arrogance where they think you've got to go to Anfield. No, that's what I'm saying. If some think that you have to go to Anfield and have a right go at them because it's a local derby. No, you go and play the game as it sits right at that moment. And right at this moment, Liverpool have just come off the back of a 7-0 win in the Champions League.
Well, it was Steven Gerrard, I think, said last year live on TV, or he definitely said in an interview that what his impression of Everton, it was either him or Carragher, one of them really said impression of Everton teams that he sort of played against, they would get really, really involved in the emotion of the game. Where they would go there and they would get really, really involved in this emotional side and be charging and all over the place, whereas they try and sort of be calm,
wasted energy
and play a game of football. Well, what they did yesterday was they went there, they remained calm, and they give a masterclass in defending.
I think yesterday, I was going to say before, it was like that yesterday. It was the calmest team performance I've seen for a while, where everyone just done, like you just said, if that psychologist, bloody hell, if this is what he's done in a couple of days, he should have got him years ago.
He's the ultimate pragmatist, Allardyce. One thing, he got to manage England, by the way, as being an ultimate pragmatist. He's never, for a minute, that's why he can do what he does and go from club to club, because he's never tried to fool you with anything. He's turned up at every job and said, this is what I do. I do it really well, and this is what I do. I might not be able to do this, this or this, but this is what I do, and I do really well. Therefore, that's what he does. And that, I went to Southampton, I don't know if you boys went to Southampton. Well, when I walked out of that ground, that was as low as I've been in 20 years. because I did not see an out. I looked at every other team in the league, and they all looked like scoring 3 goals against us. And imminently, we were going to Grayskull, where they scored 3, 4, 5 imminently on a regular basis, and it was an irresistible force, immovable object. We were getting our heads kicked in. Well, he's only had 10 minutes to sort it out. Well, the first thing he's done is identified that and nailed it to the floor, because if you can defend against them you can defend against most other teams in this league, and we've already been to City, and we've already been to Chelsea, and we've already been to Man United. So going forward, you'd see there was a chink of light and optimism there.
Definitely, I mean, it's incredible to turn around so quickly, isn't it? Given, like you've said, he's been here, 2 weeks? Today.
But people have got to buy into it as well, haven't they? Because what I like about Allardyce is, and I think his after-match press conference where he was, the smirk on his face, because he'd obviously heard Klopp. But that's it. That's him. He's come and he doesn't apologise for the way. No, because if you give him the job, you know what's on the tin. So he doesn't apologise for it. Whereas some managers, I mean, we've seen it. I think Martinez in his first derby where he went and he was like, we were what, one place behind and he was like, we're gonna go. But that night he should have put Hibbert at right back, put John Stone centre back, and said, well, the first thing we do is we don't concede.
But he also brought Barkley back and Pienaar back
when they weren't fit. So he's gone, we're going to live up to what we're doing tonight. We end up getting blown off the park. This fella's gone, this is how we are at the moment. We need to get out of here alive. That's...
Let me just say, that night though, just on the possession thing, we finished with 64% possession.
We did,
in the 4-0 defeat, we had more shots
and we lost,
and finished with more possession.
And didn't Lukaku, didn't Gerrard land on Lukaku?
Gareth Barry took Lukaku off and Gerrard scored. But no, you're right. I mean, if we'd have got, they wanted us to go there all naive and go, alright, let's have a go at it then. And they'd have put 8 past us. Let's be honest.
And that's what he wanted.
Exactly. And
so don't do that.
There's many different ways to skin a cat.
Right now, they've supposedly got the best forward line in Europe. As I said before, this year, they're putting goals past teams for fun. They've got some, they're playing some great attacking sort of football. And but we're not really, in terms of the season we're not really equipped to go and mix it with them. No. We haven't been. We've got to be honest about that.
We haven't. We won one Premier League away game all year, not even season.
So we're going to go there just because we're Liverpool and try and beat Brazil. It's just not happening, is it?
You're not good enough.
Why would you do that?
Exactly. Why would you do that? I mean, the team. I was surprised by the team.
So was I. Can I say something just on the team, because I might forget? This going forward thing, it's not really, honestly, with the greatest will in the world, we need, first of all, questions have got to be asked. Whatever Allardyce does from now to the end of the season, he's got a free pass from all of Evertonians, because it was a thankless test to start with, and whatever he gets, that's good. But the others, I still got to ask a few questions, and one of the questions I've got is how, having spent all this money, we started derby game. Again, no disrespect to Allardyce, with Rooney, Garnegay, Sigurdsson and Davis as our midfield. There is zero pace in that midfield. Therefore, when you're defending, the only ball option open to you is a long ball to Calvert-Lewin, who's got 3 defenders on him, because these people can't get up in time to then get back again. In case in point, Roberto Martinez, Leon Osman, Marouane Fellaini. We played 3 games. Cardiff, Norwich and somebody else at home in them 3 games, and he's seen it right away. And Gareth Barry and James McCarthy were in for the 4th game because they weren't fit for purpose. Well, I'm going to tell you now, that's not fit for purpose in the Premier League. You get away with it in derby games, but going forward, that's another indictment of Koeman. We've been left, honestly, really, it's the dregs of the battle. That's what he needs nailing to the floor.
What about starting a game with 3 right backs in your back 4?
But what I'm saying is the midfield, Liverpool's midfield is its engine room. They swarm you, and that's how the strikers get the goals. So to go there, when you think about that with Allardyce's tactics, he had even less of a choice in the first place to park the bus, because no one could run up and down the pitch in the first place.
Well, it's the same with the left back, isn't it? I mean, Martinez playing, and you wouldn't have heard this, but Alan Smith kept on saying, they're going to have to bring him off, they're going to have to bring him off. And I'm like, who are they going to bring him off for? Have you even...
Who are you going to put on?
Adam Ogle-Luckman at left back.
I'd put Sammy Lee at left back.
There you go. The club failed to register another left back there, like in Baines.
Yeah.
That's a disgrace.
It's disgraceful.
There's 3 on loan, and you've got Garbutt. Okay, Garbutt. No one thought he was probably even going to play with the under-23s.
Yeah.
But you'd have that backup.
Nobody knows the job too.
Yeah.
Brendan Galloway. Where's Brendan Galloway?
He's in lost in Sunderland.
He can't even get in Sunderland's 18.
No, but that's again, that's bad management, because I haven't watched Brendan Galloway play for Everton. Brendan Galloway was absolutely he's Mason Holgate. He's just
not even bad management, it's irresponsible management.
It's irresponsible. So is the transfer. So is going in before the season with that midfield, with buying the same player 3 times, Klassen, Sigurdsson, Rooney, and also without a centre forward. I want to know whose choice, who put their hand up and said, yes, manager, I'm willing to go with that, because I'm afraid, boys, that's nowhere near good.
You'll never know, because it will lead to someone getting the sack.
Yeah, and that's how they do it. That's how they do it, yeah. However, here, outside this, in this little world we inhabit, where we've all got a voice about critique and everything, I very rarely do it. But this time, I want to know, because the problem is, we can put the fire out in the house this time, and then 2 years later be here again.
It happens again.
So what do we do? Just buzz off the red side that we spent 200 million in the next 2 summers, and then ends up in the bottom 3 again? No. One thing about him, Mashiri, he's a billionaire, and his standards are going to be really high. And once they've gone from the team and the actual on-field stuff, they'll go down into the administration and say, hang on a minute, we're leaking water all over the place.
That's already started.
Well, let's hope so, because it needs.
I think the big thing is he's stabilised it. We like we've just said before, and you just again said it, Dave, we were on our knees after Southampton. We looked at that team and you just went, how are we going to stop you know, we'd done the preview for West Ham, and we were saying, I said that I've got 2 home games, I can see us winning both of them, but it's gonna be it's one of them where you go, I can see it, but I don't kind of know how it's gonna unfold. There were 2 home games we had to win, and it was night and day from the Sunday to the Wednesday. All of a sudden they're a team now. Whether that's okay, Sam Allardyce has come in, and then players all of a sudden have gone, oh hang on, we know that this fella doesn't take any shit. We've got to pull it out.
They're all fucking frauds, aren't they? Oh, we've got a boss. We've got a boss.
The thing is, he's done it with Martinez, didn't he? You know, one of the players still there. He's done it with him. I mean, that last season, and they just threw the towel in, and then they come in. The other fellas come in. They all think he's great. Allegedly, I don't know, but I heard he upset a lot of people. And there was, there's been serious problems, and all of a sudden that all starts to go again. Unsworth comes in. The problem with Unsworth is, as we sort of discussed before, I honestly think they didn't think he was staying. They didn't think he was staying. So it's like they're still.
It's like your mate taking it over in the office when the boss is away. No one really.
It's like the kids on a day out in the zoo and they don't know where Miss is. Do you know what I mean? So they're all wandering around, bunking into the penguin pens. I don't know why.
Well, I think Rooney actually said it.
Maybe that's what we did on the school trips when we were kids. I know one kid got in the crocodile pond to nick the money, but we never saw him again. Anyway,
there's a book in it one day.
Anyway, but what was I saying?
No, you're right. Rooney said something yesterday. I don't know who he said it to, but he actually said it because he said it when it unravelled. If it hadn't unravelled under Koeman, he said it unravelled under Unsworth, because he said no one knew where we were. And you're right. You walk in and I think we mentioned this a few weeks ago. It was one of the European games, and he had John Joe Kenny with him, and John Joe was calling him Unzi, wasn't calling him Gaffer. And I thought, well, that sounds stupid to some people, but that's
it is. It's like your mate. It's like the boss going away and putting someone in charge who's your mate. You're not listening to him as a boss. You're still like that. Shut up.
But it just shows you how fickle he can be, but also how fragile possibly some of them are as well.
Oh, it's ego, isn't it?
It's ego. It's like as soon I mean, this happens a couple of times with Everton, and as soon as it starts going wrong, but it's like the players, it's just like they throw it over this, not me.
Leicester champions. Didn't like the fact that some of their mates weren't playing and being replaced by other players. They all threw their hands in. Chelsea under Mourinho, they went from champions looking amazing. They were 15th when they sacked them as champions. They were
even this year. This year,
they win the Champions League. They win the Champions League because their mates, the manager.
He seems a crank for me. He does seem a crank. To be honest, he's another precious one. He can't. If it's got a wire, if there's a day of the week got a wire in it, he's got to come on about something. Do you know what I mean? He's like a little bit.
Looks good in a trench coat.
That's what it is. It's a little bit.
At the end of the day, that is modern day football. That's what they like.
But it shows that you need someone like Allardyce.
I'd have him. I'd take that. My exposure to football, I'd rather have Allardyce than the other fella in a trench coat and his thing up all day.
Well, I guess you kind of not. I mean, I listened to Allardyce on so, you know, I was driving around and he was on talks before he got the Everton job, and he was saying, you're interested, and he was like, of course, it's Everton, blah. And he was saying, well, what would you do then, because they're a mess? And he was like, well, the first thing I'd do is stop them leaking goals and get them scoring money. It sounds stupid, but we'll break the job down. He said, I'd just simplify everybody's job. Just say, you're a defender, just defend. You're a midfielder, and that's what he's done.
But that's even yesterday though, isn't it? Yesterday he's got players like Rooney and Sigurdsson. Look at Sigurdsson, he's been playing well last few games, hasn't he? And he's just gone to him yesterday. You're literally just going to be running around all game. You're not attacking. You're just. But Sigurdsson's bought into it, because he will do. Rooney bought into it. Everyone yesterday bought into it. You know, everyone. I mean, first half, I mean, Nias was shite and Tom Davies was shite. But you can't say they weren't trying. They were just shite.
We didn't really give Nias anything.
No. That's what I'm saying. I'm not having a go with them.
By the way, I thought a word in dispatches for Dominic Calvert-Lewin, because the penalty what he got was reward for the previous 75 minutes he'd spent running after absolutely nothing, and every ball what come to him was either neck high or above with 3 men around him, and the kid never gave up. One last thing, when we played him in the cup game, I'm going to ask Sam if you're watching, kid, and because I know you're a big fan of these two right away, but I'm saying to you, one ball, slide it through, let the kid run against all three of their defenders and watch what he does to them. He'll have them on toast.
Staying on toast. When you think about how he played last year in Anfield, I mean, it's like night and day. And you're right what you're saying there. Yesterday, that was the first ball he'd had the chance to run onto. And he was there. You know what? What makes me laugh?
Pace is unbelievable.
You've got Klopp saying about how he stepped and. That's brilliant centre forward. That's brilliant.
Tell him about that,
That's brilliant centre forward. You make sure you get your body in the way, so that if there is contact,
that's rule one.
But as soon as you get your body in the way, that means there can't be contact. So if there is contact, it's a penalty.
It's a penalty.
Brilliant.
I mean, just before we go on to like the second half of the goal, the thing I liked yesterday, although I haven't watched it back, it was slightly different. But the thing
isn't everything.
Was when we conceded. I mean, don't get me started on Martina for the goal, because it's
he pushes him over.
Yeah, mate, I'm not being funny.
No.
My little fella would have been pushed over his
that.
But we didn't collapse. And after against the good side, I mean, they had the Salah one which Williams headed over. And then he had the Mane one, which for me was a foul on John Joe Kenny to go to head it. There's a shove in his back. Mane skips in. And Ped pointed out when we watched the rewatch, Martin actually does well, because it's 4 against 1 as he's running in. And he doesn't come flying over, does he? He just waits.
That's what stops him
and
putting the ball across.
And so he has a shot. And he puts it wide, otherwise it's good night. If he rolls
Pickford does well on that as well. If you look at Pickford,
he stayed big.
Even if you've got it on Saga, I'd have fancied Pickford there.
I was the one when I said, when he hit it, it was going. I thought it was in. From where we were standing, no one could see the ball. It just looked like what Salah was doing the other side, and just come straight in the top.
But then from that, we have the Sigurdsson shot, didn't we? Where Calvert-Lewin makes and Sigurdsson actually forces. It was a listen, it was a shot, and he had to dive. But it was one of them where it made
was that number 1 of our 3 shots.
That was it.
That was right on the 45th minute. And I just thought from. Well, we've had a shot. And if that gets them thinking that these can shoot, then we've done. Then we've done all that. Next, you need a corner, and maybe you know.
I get it, but I was more. Even with the goal, when they scored the goal, it was like 4 minutes before half time. We're all there. We go to all the games, so we have games, and So when they walked off, then having just scored, these are all still going crackers. I looked around my firm and no one had 2 grand in. No one was saying, oh, here the roof's going to fall in. It was like, come on, let's have a little go.
2 weeks ago, Dave.
So 2 weeks ago, it'd have been a different world. It'd have been, there'd have been people kicking off here, by the way. Let me have that right. Kicking off. So that's testament in itself. That this was unspoken. I just thought it was apparent to me that no one had sacked it. They just got to go right before half time in the Anfield derby, which is the catalyst for everyone to have an excuse to throw their hand in. The opposite of that occurred.
I just thought,
see what I mean?
Went in at half time and I thought, I'm really frustrated because they hadn't done anything. They'd had all the ball and they'd switched the play, but they hadn't really done anything, and we've given them a cheap. Listen, it was a great finish, it really was, but it was just cheap
No,
goal.
even the ball what we give away what in the phase was
just like. But we come out second. I mean, he made the changes, didn't he? He brought.
I mean,
Schneidler on.
Sarah's a class player.
Yeah, it was a good goal, wasn't it?
Oh, goal at the end of the day. I mean, and he did curl it round.
He's a belter player, mate.
Williams, you know what I mean? And he's a belter player.
But what I'm saying is, we gifted them, and it wasn't like bum goal and you go, because they have been scoring some fine goals. He took it brilliantly, but you've got to make it work. But he made the 2 changes after. I mean, I'd probably have left the ass on, to be honest, just to try and get him stepped. But he made the change. And, I mean, my only thing with Calvert-Lewin is his touch. He's got it older. He's the man. He's the last man. He's got to hold. Doesn't matter.
He's a baby. In another 4 years, when he's played in that league for another 4 years, he'll still be 22, 23, 24, and he'll have a touch
in the same year?
like a mother's honest to God, like a mother's kiss on your forehead. He'll have a touch.
Like Wayne killing it at 16.
Yeah, Wayne was a special talent.
And I watched the lad the other night. In Europe, whose touch was excellent and laid it off. So I'm not talking about everything else he gives us.
I like
pace is good, good in the air, good pace, works hard.
I sat with Neville last week.
Issue with him, but if he's in the one, he's got to get hold of that.
I'll tell you the criticism what he had. The one where the goalkeeper come out and he slid in. He should have fucking given it to the goalkeeper. That's his job, is
to let him know.
To be fair though, in the last 4 games, he's won 2 penalties.
Yeah.
Scored,
I'm just saying.
assist.
Thank you.
Set up Wayne Rooney for the hat by charging. You're fucking on about you.
Yeah. See, there's a player in there. What my point is,
have I said
there's a player in there. No. There's a centre forward. I said it to Neville.
He's developing on the job at least.
There's a player in there. In my opinion, there's a player in there.
Well, like you've just said there, just the last defeat at Anfield was in April, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So his performance in April.
Yeah.
So his performance in December,
like
you said, it's night and day. That one in April, he was totally. He looked out of his depth.
That performance in April was one of the worst capitulations I've seen there.
Might have been the worst one.
But he didn't even. I don't think he touched the ball.
No, but he did at Man United. We were winning 1-0. He brought Calvert-Lewin on. He took Morales off and Barkley or something, and brought him on. And the kid was lost. He just stood on the wing.
So where he is now. It's totally different. What I'm saying to you is, in them games, especially when we're not having the ball, his touches. You play the front. You know the first touch.
But the ball that he's getting,
massive responsibility though for him. And I definitely think. I mean, we go to all the games, and I've seen him grow.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I think there's an element of that confidence of thing. Yeah, I'm not just a kid coming out of the under-23s anymore. I'm becoming a Premier League player.
I should be here, belong here.
I belong here, you know. I just think he needs more goals for that.
There was the one that Rooney found him just before the penalty with another great ball, split them, and he had a weak shot. But what he should have done there was he
played Rooney back in.
He should have held it and rolled it back, because his run was brilliant. He pulled them away, got it out, faced them up.
That there is testament to the fact that in his brain, you're a centre forward yourself, or what you do is, when you're up front on your own, you've got 2 and 3 markers. What you want to do is, on the run, try and kill it as much as you can and get a shot off, because you know no one's coming to help you. Well, he didn't actually look for Wayne Rooney coming to help him. He just
I think what I'd have done was I'd have shifted it onto my left foot and then opened the goal up, because he'd come back in and the angle went short.
Now he's got to bend it as well. I agree with you.
You're always going to shoot in them games because you haven't had much of the ball.
And also every other ball's been.
Well, that's your joy, isn't it? That's your little bit of something back. You know, I remember my dad. I've said this before. My dad saying to me, 90% of the runs you make as a centre forward, you won't get the ball. That's the way it is. So, but what I want from him, and that'll make me think he can do the job all the time for us, is touch. Get your first touch and get hold of it. Get hold of it, because he's getting the other bit of his game right.
But I think that'll come, and I also think his pace
it might be
is the most underutilised asset as a forward weapon we've had in 5 years. That kid's played for us for 2 years nearly now, and we've given maybe 5 through balls on the floor to just say run with him.
Well, he's there to be
honest. 2 of them have come in to the last 3 games.
To be honest,
he's like 100 metres runner. He'll burn them off in the first 5 yards, which might give him 2 shots at goal, because he's that far ahead of the defender. The keeper can save it and he'll still score.
He come in a year ago
Yeah.
1 year
well,
ago.
a year.
Arsenal.
It feels like 2 years ago.
Arsenal. And he come on, he was raw, he won a couple of headers. Because he brought him on against Liverpool, he didn't get a kick at home either.
He's also coming to the side that's struggling as well.
You know, and we don't get anyone round him. We isolated Lukaku.
No, but I'll give you another one since we're on this. John Joe Kenny is another one who came in.
Like Seamus.
The two of them, he is starting to look like Seamus, but the two of them, when they come, looked like they were a million miles away from anywhere being there. But you've seen it in the last from Leon onwards. I've seen that kid get better. At Southampton, he was better and better and better, and now the other day he is looking like Seamus. He's taking responsibility going forward. But him and Calvert-Lewin, you can see both of them have got things they could do better. But you'd look at them and say, there's a footballer in there. You need to just bring it out a bit more, nurture it a bit more coaching, put a bit of weight on, whatever, work on as such. But in there, you've got to think, well, I'll say to you now, Tottenham Hotspur are where they are because when they bail money, and these people said they wasted it, well, the keeper, Ericsson, and there's one more of them, Lamella, are still in that team today, but surrounded by 6 or 7 from the UT in all kinds of positions. So if we can do that and have 6 or 7 in all kinds of positions and got a few quid, well, project yourself 3 years. Aside from the fact that we've got to answer them other questions, that who's in charge and who does the decisions, by the way, but taking that as a given, that's all been sorted out, well, you now become a genuine threat in the Premier League because you're starting to get enough weapons to hurt the people who are the threats in the Premier League. That's my point.
It's game time, isn't it? As you say, both those players have benefited from getting games. And you've watched John Joe, and his first few games looked miles away, but now it's himself. He's carrying it, isn't he?
You can also see that kid was captain of the under-23 team, and you can see it written all. He looks like a captain of our team, doesn't he? Do you know what I mean?
When you talk, I watched the interview with him last week, and him and Tom Davies were talking, and you know, they're asking him a question. Tom Davies has got his head down, and he's just like, he was all right, and John Joe Kenny's, you know, head up. He said to him, Rooney, he was like, he said, who's the best player you've been into? And he went, probably was, and Davies was like, and he looked at him and went, he scored about 1 million goals, and it was just projecting his own. Like, you can imagine Davies is probably a dead confident lad, but when the camera, you've seen like all the Snapchat and all that, and he's you know, but when the camera's on, he's like, mate, but John Joe was like dead lively, and you could see that, and you can see that in the team now.
Absolutely.
You know,
I mean, the other thing with Davies, though, his confidence is low at the moment. He always wants the ball. That's the thing I like about him. He is. He's having that dip with he's a kid, isn't he? People are, again, what we were saying before, how quickly people jump on his back. He's a baby. He hasn't even been in that.
It's a thing of modern football, isn't it? You know, especially you know, like modern football fans as well. It's all about immediacy. You know, so they view like football's like they view McDonald's. Do you know what I mean? And it's like you go in and you know, I pays me money and I want me burger now. We've had that realisation that, you know, okay, we've given, you know, Kenny a little bit of time and stuff like that, and he's starting to look like, as you said, starting to look like a footballer. And I think with young players like that, they do need time in the team, time out the team. They do need that development, and how do you recreate like a full-on Premier League game? It's difficult unless you're giving them the time, and you've got to allow them to develop.
But I think what the difference in Davies and Kenny is, Kenny as a right back, I think it's much easier to be a right back than it is to be a centre midfielder. So far, I still don't know what Tom Davies is. I don't know whether he's an attacking midfield, whether he's a holding midfield, whether he's just an all-round midfield.
I think
hopefully that'll
say, to be honest with you, if we hadn't bought those 3 players all playing in the same position, Tommy Davies could play number 10 for you, because he's got the ability and he plays with his head up.
Well, he should have started the season.
And also what he's done for us, that kid's a baby. How many games he played for Everton already? And he was best. He was man of the match in about a third of them, maybe a quarter of them.
And he hasn't played a year.
And it's not right. It's not right that we're just going back to the same old well all the time. This is what I'm saying about them kids. In that the last year, Mason Holgate had a blinder.
He's another one. We talk about growing. He's another one. Centre half.
Absolutely.
Excelled yesterday.
Absolutely. But that's my point about what Tottenham had. If we could now write off the last transfer windows, write it all off. It's absolutely despicable that we've got to do this, but we've got to do this. Write it off. Start again. Identify what we need. then go and get it, and then take a couple of transfer windows, a couple of years to build around it, and supplement it with the quality youth players what we've got, because we might make it another generation or even two before we've got a crop like this again, and that'll be the biggest condemnatory thing about us in the future. They'll look at it and say, you wasted it. You had all them riches and you wasted it. So this time somebody's going to have to put their hand up and say, okay, forget about this year, forget about even next year. In 2 years time we want to be there. We don't care how we get there, who's the manager, who's playing midfield, we just want to be there, and then we'll address it from that point. Well then, let's do that, please.
Talking about Kenny, he's the lad, he brings the ball out for the plays to Rooney, and then that pass by the Rooney.
Class one,
superb.
I mean, unbelievable. The minute he hit it, I went, what a ball. But still in mid-air.
Calvin Rune makes the run.
The run was brilliant.
He makes the run, and he makes the run before the ball gets played. And I've been critical of Calvin Rune for that. There was a couple of times, only a couple of weeks ago, when Rooney had the ball in midfield and he doesn't make the run till after Rooney, and there's no point doing that. But he pulls off Lovren. Lovren gets attracted to Rooney, both of them, and he just pulls off the back like he did the goal he scored against Huddersfield. He pulls off him, and it gives Rooney something to aim at, because he knows he'll beat him for pace, like you were saying. And the rest is brilliant. The rest is brilliant.
How can they progress then? How can people even say it isn't a penalty? That's what I can't get.
Let's not do that. That's just ridiculous. That's the grass.
He gets across it. There's the shove in the back. It's a stonewall penalty.
Did we all think it was a pen then?
It's a stonewall. If that isn't a penalty, I think what's the point? If that isn't a penalty,
Steven Gerrard is the person who gets fouled there yesterday.
It's a penalty.
It's a penalty. It's actually in the
rules
of the league.
And they would have said, "Look at his intelligence. Look at his intelligence.
See the way he got in front of him.
Not he makes a step into. Look at the intelligence
to get in front of him."
No.
What about Swans? Yeah, but I mean,
the amount of pens he got.
It depends what camera. It depends really what camera angle you're looking from. If you're looking at the Calvert-Lewin going across him, you can't actually see that he's pushing him in the back because his hands are behind his back. That's camera angles for you. But when you're looking at it from the other end, I've spoken to a few Reds like today, and they were sitting in the cop and they said from where we were sitting, it looked like a penalty.
There's only one camera angle that matters. That's the ref.
No, I'll tell you what it was. The linesman was down here, and when I looked at the referee straight away, and the referee was about halfway between the halfway line and the area, and he just went straight away.
Because you can see behind it with the referee.
I was just shocked because I've never ever seen that.
I've seen
one 88.
And we got robbed in that as well.
We got robbed in that. Tommy Lawton took the one before Wayne Clark, by the way, so let's have that.
2 in 72 years. They had that in 2007 in 20 minutes.
I mean, if you know, if it had been Mane the other end, you know what I mean, and like Allgate had pushed him over in the box, I mean, everyone would be, you know, I'm sure Klopp would have been saying that was a.
I've got something else to say. I've got something else to say just on the Coppite thing. There was something noticed on Twitter, and it was last night, and it was about the celebrating the draw thing. Well, I'm going to throw this back at you. The 3-3 draw, when Martinez's first home derby, and Sturridge scored in the last minute, and they celebrated like they won the Premier League. They haven't won the Premier League. We haven't won the Premier League. They still haven't won the Premier League, but they celebrated like they won the Premier League. So just to get that and ding it back there, you celebrated the draw, we did.
Why can't you celebrate getting, you know, scoring goals and having a good time? It's fucking sanitised shite.
I think it was not just yourself. It was like relief. We all
don't even get battered.
I was going for Aiden, we didn't get it. I
just had waited to see Wayne Rooney scored in that goal.
I worked on Saturday night till 6 o'clock in the morning, right? And I'm I'm like that for the snow. Come on, where are you, bastards? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, we all felt like we were going to get battered.
Yeah, totally.
Lads, by the way, did you notice that? I don't know if he's in the ground yesterday, but it started snowing after they scored. Lads saying, call it off. Call it off, we can't see. We can't see.
But listen,
I mean, been like that with flamethrowers on
the penalty himself. I mean, Wayne Rooney, listen, he's gone through some shit this season. Most of it he brought it on himself. Don't get into people's cars.
Whatever.
But
moving on.
For me now, he's the captain. Jagielka should never get it back. And I think that works for the younger lads as well. John,
that's why he came.
Scouser, all these young lads.
That's what he's there for. Not just that. Also, I need to say this. I wrote a book, Leighton Baines, there's a chapter in it, and the penalties is a thread right through that chapter. Well, I'm telling you this, he could have been on the pitch. Morales, Lukaku and Barkley could have all been on the pitch, and I'd have fancied a lot of them to miss it. As soon as we got the penalty, he went, give me the ball. That's why you signed Wayne Rooney at Anfield.
Benteke wouldn't have got it off Wayne. He wouldn't have got it off Wayne. Not a chance.
And that's big for us. We've got a team with no character in it. So to get to that point, and someone like Neville went in the Wimbledon game, give me the ball, I'm taking the penalty. You need a daddy to stand up in the big moments.
We've got one of the best penalty takers of all time, and he doesn't want to take penalties. That's how bad we are. That's how bad he let fucking soft ass take pens in some of our biggest games. You know, you think the semi-final, Leighton Baines puts that down. You know, so
no, the Morales one first of all. Even that.
Morales one.
You just said the leg.
I haven't forgiven for West Ham.
Could have made it 3-0.
Would have made it 3-0. Would have been game over.
But my point is, we waited at least a generation to see that, and so when that moment came, we could have been winning 2-0. We could have been getting beat 4-0. Well, we wasn't. It was 1-0, and it was really big moments in the game. And I watched him. I never do this. Asked him. I came to all of these in the ground yesterday. He said he's got to bury this, because as soon as I seen him, he was like, give me the ball. And I knew that he's already done it in his head.
But you say you've been waiting. He's been waiting.
Already
so imagine how much.
So then his kipper was just like,
since he hit the bar.
But I mean, he's been waiting to score.
Yeah, when he made the bar
at Anfield.
That's what I mean.
2003, by the way. Yeah,
2003.
No, 2003.
He's been waiting since he was 5.
Yeah, but he rattled the bar.
When he went out with Nev, when he was the mascot with Dave Watson in 95.
And so all that pressure, that was part of it. He tried the delaying tactics and all that.
I love the way you said, Lovren helped me by kicking the ball. I love that. You know what I thought when he buried it, and I thought about this again last night. How good must his lad have got going into school? And his dad, who he's
kid's eyes
has just scored.
I've seen that kid, by the way. I've met that kid. And his eyes.
I don't know what school you think he got. He doesn't go to Gattaca Comp.
No, he's gone into school and his dad scored these.
Any of the kids in that school know anything? They're all like, who won the rugger this week?
No, they know where.
Not in
Manchester. Also, the thing about him, I've met him, that kid,
and
I've been in his company, and the thing about him, I put that in Rooney's sermon as well, is that I was also a kid that age, getting taught by my half fella, so was you too, and what you do is you recognise it. It's like being in Vietnam. You see, it's an instant thing to.
I don't recognise being
no. I recognise it in a kid where he's Everton.
Yeah,
I met him when his half fella played for Man United, and he's Everton. That kid. So to give him that. That's what we brought Wayne Rooney. I told you that last year. It's for the big moments. He's come here to where you get to half time in games and winning at Man United, winning at Chelsea and winning at Liverpool, where he can turn around and say, I've done this before, so this is what's going to happen. That's what Gerrard did with them for years. He said, listen, I'm going to take over, you're going to follow behind me, we're all quite decent and we're going to go forward. Well, yesterday was the very first one of those moments, and he stepped up to the mark and burst the net with it. So therefore, confidence grows for the next time that moment's happening.
Yeah, and the players, because they can come off yesterday and go, well, these were flying. Yeah. Like Allardyce said, these have outscored everyone over the last few games in Europe. We've come here with a, let's be honest, it was a makeshift defence, because that's what it was. And we've limited them to 3 shots on goal. Now, okay, he might have had 23 shots, 20 of them with the back row of the Kop.
Pickford made more saves against West Ham than he did against
Liverpool. That's a belt to stat, that. That's a belt to stat, that.
But that's it, though, isn't it? The defence as a team defended brilliantly.
Ashley Williams, in my opinion, has had his best 3 games since Allardyce walked through the door. Because what he done is, he looked at him and said, listen kid, do us a favour, you're an international defender, you're an international captain, loads of caps, bags full of caps, do us a favour, play the way you're facing. Just head it, kick it, and play the way you face
Stop
it.
trying to
And
dribble
that's
out.
all you've got to do for me.
That's what he had early on. Oh,
Well,
Martina gave him a bad ball, but you know what it was going to be.
He did alright.
Well, that's
after
it,
that, he was great.
You're asking defenders to defend, aren't you? You're not asking to do anything.
No,
I mean,
well, the other fella, you didn't know
it was counter. They've been bombing everyone with counter-attacking football. That only happened once yesterday, and he should have scored. It's probably his mistake, but
I mean,
no, look, that the early one where Martina knocked it back and it hits his shin, and he has to slide in and clear it, and you're like, never do that again.
But also the Marnie one.
no, but he's the one who jumped in for the Marnie one.
He did, yeah.
And that's the only counter-attack they've had all game.
And so that's what frightened me, especially with our midfield and the pace in their midfield. I just thought they'll bring us onto them, bing, 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 and they're going to be in and around us, shots on goal all day. Well, no. So the two fullbacks, the opposite fullbacks, like I said to you before, the attacking down the right, the left one, or vice versa. We looked like we would switch. The light was on. Everybody knew. John Joe Kenny's been a bonus, because what I said to you before about him being captain of that other team, he brings these. Once you've been captain of any team in your life, the next team what you play for, even if you go up, you carry responsibility. You know, you're looking for you're ready to step in because you've already done it. Well, you could see the kid and our organisation. That's where the panic comes from. See. Because I said it to you the last time I came here about 7 months ago. I said the problem is everyone goes down the side, passes it across, and then scores a goal against us. That was before the season even started, by the way. Well, that's what we stopped. They kept saying that Robertson must have had more touches of the ball than anyone on the pitch, by the way. Always down the side, but we locked it down. It wasn't. You know,
that was the thing, wasn't it?
Like that.
Every time their fullbacks went forward, they weren't going up against our fullbacks. They were going up against the midfielders. So that meant the fullback was inside. So we still had the four there. And whereas people go, well, fucking Mooney's at right back or Gilfie's at left back. No, we'd locked it down. The other thing about John Joe Kenny is he's a winner. He won the under-23s last year, and then he won the World Cup. So he's used to winning. He's got that belief in himself that he's a winner as well.
And I know that gets bigged up and all that. No, when you go there, you really do need it. I'm not saying everyone's got to be a Toffee, but in my opinion, having stood on the ground, I'd rather. Wayne Mooney's kipper, when he scored that goal yesterday, told me everything I needed to know about what an Evertonian needs to feel like when he scores a goal at the Pool. That was it.
That's a flip of a coin now, isn't it? Because you look at that performance and John Joe's and you go, that's what you want. But then you look at someone like Tom Davies in both of the games he's played in the derby, and he's just going round like a fucking headless chicken. But I'm not having a go at him. That I'm just saying that's the switch, isn't it? They're running around like, I'm going to do you. Last season, Tom Davies should have been sent off. Ross has done. How many times has Ross done it?
Ross should have been sent off in both.
That's what I'm saying. So that's where it's a flip.
He done Henderson, Goodison, late it was a red card, and he done Lovren, didn't he? O'Brien, he should have gone in both.
He's never played well in the derby.
The 3-all he was good in.
It's that old derby mentality, isn't it? Where I've got to be able to, we've got to do these in order to be able to win. Instead of we need to be able to play football in order to win.
No, but it's that old be better than your opponent thing. It's a derby game, so never mind what's going on around you. You beat him first of all, and then we go from there.
But I think, like you said before, Keith, early on, yesterday was a more, if you want to call it, a mature performance. If you want, where we just went, this is a game. Whatever Allardyce, Lee, Shakespeare, whatever else was said to them, you know, the Morgan and the psychologist, they done it down to a T yesterday because everyone was calm and it was like, this is just a game.
No, but that's
these
bespoke.
are 11 men. It's a game.
That's bespoke for Allardyce. If ever any of us sitting here now and all the jobs he's ever had and the things we've all called him for in the past, all of us individually have done this and collectively probably. The one thing you've never ever said about him is he's a panicker. Never. Because he's always scrapped at the bottom of the league. He's the poker player, Allardyce. When the stakes get high and the things get, and everyone's sweating and everyone's bottle goes, he's the one who comes cool in the transfer window, in the run into the end of the season, and all of that big stuff.
He come to Goodison with Sunderland, and it's one of the worst teams. Villa were worse, to be fair.
Villa were. It was a toss-up though.
But they come, we beat them 6-2. We stopped playing, we made 3 subs after an hour. Could have been 10. We destroyed them. And I was like, you ain't keeping these up. These are calamities.
Still did it.
Well, mate, kept them up.
Still did it.
He had them. In fact, he battered us down there.
So I reiterate my point about him not panicking. So this situation with Liverpool, for the actual, we've been looking for a Sam Allardyce for years to give us, to say, these don't frighten me. That's what we needed to go there.
Last manager that done it. Last manager that done it was Joe Royle.
I know, but this is what I'm saying. So
Moyes was terrified there.
Yeah, Moyes kind of.
Martinez went there all guns blazing.
Moyes was like upstairs, downstairs. He always had to pull his. I'm really sorry to be here, sir, and all that. Yeah. This fella's like, you don't frighten me. So to be honest, I'm working with the Allardyce idea on the basis that we really needed that. Yeah. We needed an injection of, guess what? You're not that great yourselves. You're not that great yourselves.
But what I would say is we've made us sound like we were absolutely amazing. Yes,
no, we haven't.
In part,
we haven't. What we've done
offensively, we
picked up the things we've done well, and the things we've done well were the things we were doing badly in the first third of the season. So then that for us is a positive. On a game of football for the neutral, we got smashed. However, the positives what we're taking out of it are really important for where we need to go in the next 5
We know. Listen, we know going forward we can't.
But we give the ball away far too much, especially in that first half. And then I don't know where Calvert-Lewin and Nias were supposed to be playing in relation to each other. Because they should have been right next to each other.
I think Calvert-Lewin, the idea was for him to start on the right.
And for the long ball out, for him to let it down.
But it never worked.
I think what would. But then you're saying, would that have opened us up if he'd been closer? Because that relationship...
Well, that was half the problem. I mean, he wasn't in it down or half winning headers and stuff like that, but there was no one there to pick it up.
Well, not just that. Can I just put my hand up here? If we've only got a tactic of the long ball from the goalkeeper to be our MO of going to Anfield, there's a problem there. We've got to pass through the midfield. You've got to drive them back. You've got to show them that you've got some width, so that they start tightening up at the back, the same as we have to here. And then it becomes a game.
It just wasn't a day for that, though, was it? Let's be honest. In 3 weeks, it might be. You might see that expansion. But
by the way, the cup game for us is a right. It's a get out of jail free card. We go there and get beat 4-0. It's got no bearing on our season whatsoever. So we turn up there and give it a go this time. Well, sound. Well, let's see.
But that's it, isn't it? Because like we were saying, it wasn't a case that we didn't want to play them. I just didn't want to play them now.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to play them when they're hot on form and we are looking slightly shaky.
And we've got injuries.
Allardyce went there yesterday and done a job on them. You know, and that was always a job. No, that's what he done. He done a job on them because he knew, right? I've got to stop them losing. Stop them shipping goals. And we're probably going to one of the most potent teams in the league right now. And so that's what he's going to do. A couple of weeks, I think.
And the other thing on that as well is you're going into that spell now where you're going into Christmas. You've got game after game. You want to keep the confidence levels.
Exactly.
Because this is the other thing. We've come into the studio today and you've seen it everywhere. Red sort of patterns on the egg. Well, if that's how you want to play, then fine, it's your cup final. But they all think that that's how we're going to play every game, and you're like, it's not. If we played that on Wednesday night against Newcastle, I'll be massively disappointed.
I think also, I think also what was said as a statement yesterday is this isn't about you. This is about us. It's not about you. It's not about Liverpool Football Club. No disrespect to all the Reds or no one I love. This is about Everton right now. Do you know what I mean? And about Everton moving forward. And as you just said, we've got to build the team's confidence. You've got to stop shipping goals. You've got to start winning some games and get yourself back up the league. And then we start to build from there. Whether Big Sam's the man to eventually do that, we don't know. You know what I mean? But I was happy with yesterday.
It's the same. But it'll just be interesting to see where it goes because we mentioned Joe Royle. Joe Royle's first season, it was like you just said, Dave, the cup was to get out of free jail, and that's where he sort of went, come on lads, go and play today, no worries, go and have a game of footy. We end up winning the cup, but the league was like, no, we've got to stay in this league. And the mad thing was, the pressures then weren't as high as they are now, but it was like, Premier League game, we're going to be horrible, we're going to be tight, we're going to play 3 centre midfield, we're going to play a left back, a left midfield, because his deliveries are so good, and it was, cup, do what you want lads. And next season after that, fucking hell, we've got Limpard on one side and Cancelo on the other. We were one of the most open, free footballing teams anyway. We had Cancelo in the other week and he was like, I fucking love that team. It was brilliant. It was we had something about it. So who's to say that Allardyce doesn't look at this and go, get them out this shit, play tight. Actually, this is a good way to go forward because as long as the defence is tight, I can do what I want. And then we'll just change it over time and he'll be like, this is a chance for me to get some credibility because I think everybody looks at Sam Allardyce and just goes, you said you can manage Real Madrid, you said you could do this, you got your chance at England and fucked up. He'll be going, this is my last big job and this is my biggest job, so I'm going to show them what I'm about, and he'll be like, I'm going to show these.
Neville come the match with us, his first official game was Huddersfield. Neville sat with us in the ground
in the park
and in the park end. And the first thing he said to me at the start, as it kicked off, first 10 minutes, he was sitting in between me and one like that there, and he said, it reminds me of Joe Royle. And I said, what? He said, because see, Joe, when Joe came in, it weren't no big, we'll fight them on the beach speech. He just said, listen, what we're going to do is we're going to stop them scoring, and then we're going to get it down that end, then we're going to score goals. And that's what he said to us. He said, stop all that. He said, you and you, get in there, do that. He said, Dave, as far as tactical things go, it was kind of, we were done by the time you'd finish your coffee. That's how long it took. It wasn't no brain surgery thing. But the players who were there, A, bought into it, but B, were able to adapt their game towards a greater good. Everyone, if you look at the semi-final, the Leeds, that was an Everton team you could have put in any era against the best. We've seen better teams, but they were like a well-oiled machine. They could have played Bayern Munich that day. It wouldn't have mattered because they were like a well-oiled machine.
Never knew the jobs.
So what? In the end, it becomes about the system. It's like when Marx wrote about communism. It was a big machine and a beautiful
like
machine.
That's what
It's like that. It's like that because it's a machine and you need all different parts. But once they're all working together, it's like a symphony, lads. It's beautiful.
I look at him and think, this is the best squad of players he's ever had, Allardyce. He's never had a squad of players like this. And if you can put basic principles into these players and go, keep it tight, he'll have better defenders, he'll buy one at least.
But you'd also like to say, how did they get to be professional footballers?
No, we know.
Still got to drill this.
No, no, but listen, we know what footballers are like. They're like kids. And if you just go, kick the ball away, you pass it to him, and it's broken. It's embarrassing, but it's broken down. Then, and he's got some better players, and our better players are back from, Coleman, Balassi, Ross, we don't know, maybe not, whatever. James McCarthy available off the bench. By the way,
he always
Michael
liked
Keane,
the little flair. Jordy jokes. I used to play football with McCarthy. So you might find that, the little magician might have that. I'll tell you, that's what you might find. You might find that there's a little surprise in the transfer window for us. What we're looking for. Kevin Davis, Kevin Nolan might be. Kevin Nolan, Kevin Davis bid. Who knows? But Jaskalainen might be coming back.
Once he's got that back line and he's like, I'm happy with that. We'll now
pace and a forward thrust. If you were looking at it like any other business, you'd say, well, you need someone at the front of the shop, but you'd also need to get the orders in every day of the week. So that's the first priority. You get pace in the middle of the park. Therefore, if they're attacking you, you can counter on them. So now it's a game of football, and then somebody, at least two strikers, to be able to, if one happens to him, well, we've got a force where any game we can turn up with a legitimate shout in this league to score goals against the opposition.
He'll look at those players as well, won't he? He's got to learn about those players, know the ones he can trust. Because the biggest thing for me was the Huddersfield game where he said at half time, I told Lennon and Gylfi Sigurdsson to stop pressing and just play their own game, and we end up winning the game 2-0. So he obviously wants to be positive.
See the crowd though, Everton's crowd, especially when we're in trouble. It's all about effort. You can be the best footballer in the world, but if you're not looking like you're not trying, Evertonians are not going to work with you. So the players, they hear it too. I
think it's the as well. Just I know we're moving on, but just the snobbery thing that has crept into footy, which is hilarious. Of like, you've got to play this certain way. We played 700 passes a game under Martinez on average, or 674 or something.
It was.
I've never been so bored in my life.
Sometimes.
The last 18 months, I hated
but
going
the first 12 months,
shite. Right, but my most exciting time, apart from obviously when we were boss, was either when Moyes would have us bombing teams or under Joe with two wingers. We like wingers and we like centre forwards that can head the ball. Every club, we've said this loads of times, every club has their fabric, the way they West Ham have this image that they play like Brazil 1970. I've never seen it. I'm 45 to be fair. They were alright with Devonshire and Brooklyn. They knocked it down nicely, but that was way back then. These teams have this weight. Liverpool play all sorts, but in their mind, the Brazil 1970, fucking Peru 1958 or whatever. Whereas we like tackles, we like wingers, we like headers of the ball. This fella buys into all of that. But so what I do now is I just go, he is what he is. I don't have to love him because I've tried to love managers and they like players, the gobshites really. So swerve them. You watch the players on the pitch, and if he can put a team out that can defend and can attack in equal measure, score us goals and excite us, we will all be happy. There doesn't have to be Sammy Allardyce.
Well, if that's the case, then
three-piece
if we'd have been sitting here, then okay, taking that on board, what you just said, then if we'd have been sitting here a fortnight ago or however long it was since he'd done it, and we said those were the requirements. If we were sitting at the table with Ken Knight, those are the primary requirements. Never mind all the other bullshit like you just said. That's what we need right now. Well, Allardyce would have been your first choice. Allardyce would have jumped to the front of the queue on the basis that he's the only one who can guarantee delivery of all this thing. Because that Silva fella there, I was looking at it like this is a plane crash.
Watford have got 23 points.
I know, but
they've got 19. No, hang on. We've been horrendous. The lad's won, and I'm not calling him because he might be an absolutely
turn into a
fantastic. He's won 12 games.
And that's what happened with Koeman. They had to look at him. They had to look at him. He didn't get beat at home home and away against Liverpool. They want to give him the job at Everton. No, sorry, no, that's gone.
Fonseca might be amazing. Just beat Man City the other night. He might be another great shout. But at this moment, in the summer, when he's got 8 weeks to work with them,
Guardiola's just took 2 years to get used to this league. By the way.
It's still Sean Dyche, I don't care what it is.
But he's another one.
It's still Sean Dyche.
He's another model of that. Get it tight, get wide crosses, headers, work hard.
Allardyce, but younger. He doesn't do the lappies and all that. Did you get the DM last night that Sam had the lappies in it? You just got to take
allegedly.
You just had to take apparently, so you just had to take.
Is that going to end up on the
No. Just say allegedly, you're fine.
Allegedly, if any ladies.
No, allegedly.
Sam knows where Duke's is, don't worry about it.
As long as he doesn't, it tells me apart.
Allegedly. Shopping is very good. You know what I mean? And we know Ronald loved the outlet village.
Ronald did like
the outlet village.
He did like the outlet.
The bird from Ellesmere Port was my favourite.
Who worked in CGI's and served him his chicken and his fries.
And then he'd drive past the old Shelby finally.
He loved the night shop.
Fabulous.
He did like the night shop.
He liked going to Stanlow because of the fuel. I heard.
He got his blue Christmas balls from there as well.
Apparently.
He got them blue.
The place
that can't be confirmed.
No.
Or denied.
No, it can't be.
We're going to leave it there anyway.
Rumours are a wonderful thing.
They are, aren't they? And they also can get you in court. So I'm going to stop right there. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Big thanks to the lads for coming in. We haven't stopped for like an hour. We've just gone on. It's been great. It's been absolutely great. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you haven't already subscribed, please do, because it puts food on my table. Click the bell for alerts, and if you want more videos, join us on Patreon, because that also puts food on my table. And we'll see you later.
Jive Mars Bash.
Peace.